Hey guys, how's it going? Hope things are good with you. For those who are new, you've just stumbled upon my video. My name is Prakash. Hi, welcome. This channel is for me to share my knowledge which I've acquired in Vedic astrology for the past 14 years plus, and I do provide audio-based consultations, personalized consultations. If you're interested, the details is in the description section. Okay, so I've prepared something for you today. Normally I don't do this script, but I think I don't want to miss anything. It's very important. This topic is very important. Okay, now why people, some are enthusiastic, some are excited about life, and others lack enthusiasm. They feel miserable most of the time, frustrated, get annoyed for the simplest things. Okay, and how Vridam or Vrita or Vrit is the perfect remedy, and it has scientific reason behind it. Okay, so before that, I would like to say something. Of course, I try to advocate most of the time to my clients and to all of you. A remedy is should not be charged with money, right? A remedy is a self-discipline, a way for you to correct yourselves through certain practices, which is why it's called as vrata. Vrata literally means sacrifice, right? So if you go to an astrologer and the astrologer, scares you by saying you have dosha, affliction, curse, whatnot, and say that to do that you need to do certain remedies, and the remedy is requires this much of money, then this is something that for you to consider. If this person has credibility, or whichever organization is, whether it's the integrity of the organization, and all these things must be questioned, right? So be very cautious. This is how some, not all, some astrologers out there, unfortunately, tarnishing the good names of the other astrologers by making money like this. So be cautious, ladies and gentlemen. If there's a pecuniary interest, if there's money related in remedies, just it's best to stay away. Okay. If you're interested to have remedies, I do provide a free of charge group in Facebook. Join. The link is in the description section as well. Okay. All right. So let's get into this thing. Now, we all know that ultimately a person who's happy has enthusiasm, is excited about life. And on the contrary, if a person is unhappy, he or she will becomes easily miserable, gets easily fed up, gets exasperated even for the smallest thing, frustrated, always angry, moody, and things like that, right? And it's just not a behavior or a personality pattern, but it will lead into serious mental conditions: anxiety disorder, depression, some even suicidal tendencies. What we think as a normal frustration, a normal annoyance, if it's piled up, it will eventually lead into some kind of psychological disease. Okay, so it is serious matter, ladies and gentlemen. It's very important to understand, to note that these small annoyance, frustrations, and all these things, when you pile it up, it becomes bad. Okay, so again, a person who is naturally happy, is enthusiastic about life, excited about life, will find success. Eventually will find success. And same goes, and on the contrary, for the person who is frustrated, miserable, it's difficult to find success, right? It's very difficult, because they are not happy, they are not enthusiastic about life. So what's going on between these people? Why some are successful, why some are naturally happy? They may not have money, but they are happy. They may not have health, they are happy, right? They may not have a good family, but they are still happy. Where's the missing link here, right? So I'm going to try my best to explain why some are naturally happy and why some are not. Okay, so I've got the script here. I just wanted to follow up. I don't want to miss anything. It's very important. First thing is, as I mentioned, when we get um, when we get into an emotional um, a negative emotional attachment with some things. For example, this, a neighbor of mine say buys a new car, a brand new car, and I can't. All right, a slight jealousy, a slight enviness will come. We all humans, right? But that should be removed immediately, right? We can't say that you won't have. You will have. As a human, we will have, right? But that should be eradicated immediately from our mind, because it will lead us into serious problems in future, right? However, many people keep, they sort of dwell into that. For another example, say your best friend is have a very loving husband, the kids love her, the in-laws are nice, she's having a good time, but you are having a miserable time in your family. But she's your best friend. You cannot be saying that, hey, I'm jealous, I'm envious about you. You can't be saying that, isn't it? And you keep it to yourself. And these things will sort of pile up. All right. Eventually, this small jealousy, hatred, dislike, and all these things would eventually encapsulate or will become resentment. Okay, resentment is the Himalaya of jealousy or hatred, and something that you despise. Okay, it will become resentment. Resentment is a psychological condition. Okay, so this resentment is so strong because not only that, when you see someone else they're happy, and every time when you see the movies you get unhappy because there is loving couples, or it's just an example, right? And of course social media is not helping us as well. If you go to a Facebook, all these people are showing their poses with their loving family, since you don't have it, and that's again increments. Okay, so what happens, the resentment needs to be done something. Okay, say if I have it, I need to suppress it. I need to get some kind of reward. I need to make myself comfort myself from this pain which I'm going through. I cannot be sharing this with anyone. All right, so I need to find some kind of mechanism. And what is the mechanism? Is all the bad things that people do. Number one, drinking. When you drink, you feel nice. Okay, you forget about that the resentment that you have. Probably some people have unusual sexual desires, illicit relationship, affair, right? Others may go into shopping, unusual buyings and all this, indulging into food, cravings, unusual cravings. Some people go into drugs, smoking, and all this. Some people go into coffee. Some people go into just pure chocolates. There are many people out there with all these tendencies. So these are, if you look at the root cause, is this small tiny jealousies and envy and all these things. It becomes resentment. Okay, so what happens here? Okay, there's something called homeostasis. Homeostasis is a physiological balance in our body. All right, that's the one that has say that sort of, put it this way, homeostasis makes us feel happy. Okay, if your homeostasis is in a balanced way, it makes us feel excited and happy, and you feel very lively, right? Regardless on what your situation is. Not necessarily a person must be rich, not necessarily a person must be having the best of the best relationship. No, not necessarily. When you're excited about life, everything will fall into places. The belief, the hope that you have that things will happen for you, all these positive things will come to you, right? Regardless of your impediments and what are the challenges that you have. All right, so this homeostasis needs to be balanced. When it's tipped, and that's when all these problems starts to come. As I mentioned, drinking, unusual sexual attractions, gambling and whatnot, drinking and things like that, cheating, anger, hatred, and all these things will come because it's tipped. Why it's tipped? Because of the resentment that we have. Why do we have resentment? Because it goes back to this small tiny jealousies and hatreds that we develop. All right, so how do we solve this problem? All right, This is where Vrata comes. Remember, I said earlier, Vrata is a sacrifice, right? What is the Vrata? What is the thing? If you I mean, if any of my clients are looking right now, you know for a fact that I've given you remedies, like, a particular day you connect to this particular deity, you maintain a sattvic diet, like, pure vegetarian. You maintain a connection with God on that day. That day is surrender to God. You dedicate that day to God. No Facebooking, no YouTubing, no Netflix, all those junk. Nothing. You connected to God, right? You can go out with your family. That's a different thing, right? But no other activities, no phones, nothing like that. On that day is reserved for who you are, the being you are, and the Almighty. Okay. So what happens is, since you are not connected with all these resentment comforting elements like drinking, smoking, Facebooking, YouTubing, and all these things, internet pornography and all that, your homeostasis will become balanced, right? Because you are not making yourself excited. Your dopamine is a neurotransmitter which again connects with homeostasis. Okay, your dopamine levels would be inefficient. You don't need to have a lot of things to be happy. When you are in resentment, you need so many things to be happy. Say if you buy a car and you're unhappy within yourself, the next day you'll feel, it's just a car, no big deal. Or you eat something very delicious, you've been waiting for this to eat for a long time, and finally you eat a scrumptious meal. But even while you're eating, you get a little bit unhappy. You're not grateful what you have. When your homeostasis is in balance, you become very grateful to life. Become very grateful. You become very enthusiastic. You become very connected, very lively, very excited about life. So the Vrata is the perfect remedy, right? It's again connected. It's very scientific, isn't it? So which is why on Vrata you don't do anything. You increase by not doing anything, by simply connecting yourself with God. You're balancing the homeostasis level, which is why part of the Vrata would be meditation, bija mantra recitations. It's all within you. It's nothing external. It's all within you. You dwell into yourself. Meditation, eat sattvic food, connect yourself, get yourself what we call as positive boring. You get positively bored, and by doing so, you balance your homeostasis. And what happens after that? That's where the interesting part comes. What happens after that? If you continue doing these vratas, right? You will not have to have that emotional comforts like drinking, gambling, smoking, unusual Facebooking, sexual pornography. You won't have all that. Your mind will remove that totally. Will annihilate the thoughts totally. And even the smallest things will make you happy, right? Kissing your kids, hugging your spouse, listening to this, like it's raining right now, even the sound of the rain will make you happy, will make you feel very excited. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the scientific correlations between Vrata, Vrat, and what we call as remedial measures. Okay, so I hope this video is beneficial. I really wanted to talk to you about this for a long time. All right, so there you go, and please click the like, the thumbs up button if you like it. Do share. Until the next time, take care, my friends. Namaste.